Yet a lot of pundits went for Arsenal to win the league, didn't they? Not too many went for Liverpool, did they?
I love it. It was only a matter of time, my friend.
I've got to put a knife in there somewhere, Coisty. I'll tell you what,
right.
look, we talked about recruitment at Arsenal, but what sort of amount of blame lies on the shoulders of Mikel Arteta? I mean, nobody forced him to play Mikel Merino up front, by the way, at the weekend.
No, that's true. But and I've said it before. I said it the same thing with Clement there, Jeff. You've got to shoulder responsibility because effectively that's where the buck stops. You know, it stops at the manager and the coach that picks the team. He is responsible for results, and that's where it is. But no out and out centre forward. We heard Henry. You and I have been discussing it for it seems like light years. It's in many ways I think it's a little bit of negligence, to tell you the gospel truth. I really do.
Let's get some views from Arsenal fans, shall we? What's gone wrong this season? Poor recruitment in the striking department, injury, indiscipline, all of those things. Give us a call, 03717 223344. Ryan has done exactly that. Morning, Ryan.
Good morning, Ryan.
Morning, lads. How you doing?
Yeah,
we're doing fine, mate.
So who's to blame for Arsenal failing to win the league again this season?
Not Arteta. Like, some responsibility probably on his shoulders, but you know, we can't be ditching him now. He's second in the league. So no one's calling for Eddie Howe or Unai Emery to be sacked, are they? Like, we're doing great, I think. I think our football's not been as good as last season's, but, you know, the recruitment's not solely down to Arteta either.
No.
That just shows the owners of the club. I mean, we lost Edu as well. I think the director of sport and owners should be responsible as well.
Ryan, I think you make a great point, and I'm with you all the way. I mean, there's definitely been an improvement in Arsenal since Arteta's taken over. Of course there is. And the next automatic step that everybody, particularly Arsenal fans, thought and wanted to happen was win the title. But you come up against clubs that effectively have just been slightly better than you. That doesn't necessarily mean you need to get rid of the manager, I think.
No.
No, the league's the toughest. Like, this is Premier League is the best league in the world, right? No one disputes that. It's a tough league to be in. And I think we're doing great. And I think there's what other managers out there would be better than Arteta right now that we could get.
Yeah, Ryan, fair point. Thank you very much indeed for your call,
Thanks,
mate. Delighted to say we're joined now by a former Arsenal skipper, two-time league champion, David O'Leary. Morning, David.
Good morning, David.
Morning, good morning, Ali. Hope you're both well.
Very well, thanks, mate. I hope you are as well. Look, second in the table, do you regard this season as a failure from an Arsenal point of view?
No, Jeff, but it is, you know, you will be disappointed because just personally, and I think a lot of people maybe thought that we've done so well over the last few years, pushed a great Man City side and felt that really we're in a position that if Man City fell away, we're the ones that are going to take over or win the league that time. I think the big thing at the end of the season, if the league positions stay the way they are, is that Arsenal will be very disappointed because probably didn't see Liverpool coming to win the league. Arne Slot has done amazing. I think we all thought maybe with, like you see with Wenger, like you've seen with Alex Ferguson, that with Klopp going, it'd be maybe a couple of years before Liverpool got going properly. But Arne Slot has come in. He hasn't spent any money. He's taken Jurgen Klopp's squad and handled them amazingly and spoken well. Tactically, he's been excellent. And I think that'll be a thing that'll be a disappointment to Arsenal.
I think so, David. I think looking at it, probably Jeff aside, who nailed these colours to the mast right away and fancied Liverpool. I reckoned anybody that finished above Manchester at the start of the league, I thought if anybody finishes above Manchester City, they win the league. And I actually thought it might have been Arsenal. So in many ways, I think they've probably been a little bit unlucky. They've come up against a Liverpool side who have been absolutely unbelievable. The one thing I would ask you as well, and we've been seems as though we've been talking about it, David, for a long, long time, the lack of an out-and-out centre forward, 6-yard box, 18-yard box centre forward for Arsenal. I mean, and it's easy to come up with it after they get beat 1-0 at home to West Ham, but surely it's an issue.
Of course, Ali, and I seen the game against West Ham. I was at it. For all Mikel, I seen his press conference, and he was disappointed. I'm sure he'd have given them plenty of home truths privately within the dressing room, because I'd say he'd have been really disappointed in that performance. But as you say, Ali, I felt for all they've done brilliantly last year, pushing a great Manchester City side. I thought they lacked a centre forward last year as a number 9. I thought they lacked a centre forward for maybe the last 2 years, but been brilliantly with Havertz kind of been, I don't know what you call him, not an out-and-out number 9, but use him in a way that he's been scoring goals, and the goal scoring around the team has been spread well. I felt I'm very, very surprised, particularly this summer, that they didn't go and buy a proper number 9, Ali, because I think when this season finishes, the priority must be getting a proper number 9, but that's going to cost you a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about recruitment, David, if you look at last summer, they brought in Calafiori and Marino, neither of whom have really established themselves in the side, plus David Raya, and they sold Emil Smith-Rowe, Eddie Nketiah and Aaron Ramsdale. It strikes me that actually they're probably no better off in terms of personnel this season than last season, maybe even worse off.
Jeff, again, look, you try and be looking what do you think you need, or what do you think they'll do. I thought definitely Raya, they were committed to, and he's proven that he's been really good. That I thought that'd be a summer signing, and I was very surprised that the 2 players that came in, not that they're bad players, but I thought that money would be going for a number 9, and that'd be the definite 2 signings of the summer, and anything else. Well, you'd have to wait and see, but the priority would have been a number 9 and establishing, buying Raya off Brentford. And as I say, that didn't happen. And, we can all be clever, but I think they've struggled number 9-wise, and it's, they tried to get Watkins, I think, in the window, led to believe, but the money that was being offered with John Durant going, that was never going to get Watkins out of Aston Villa. He would have been a good player for them.
No doubt about it. David, just a quick one. Leeds United sitting nicely at the top of the league. It certainly looks as though it's going to be, well, if not 2 from 4. Leeds, a big game tonight, obviously, against Sheffield United, but Leeds flying.
Leeds are flying. I think they'd be great for the Premier League. Big game tonight. But what they've got to do, Ali, is the last few years, they've got to finish it off now. They didn't finish it off last season. They're in a great position. And I think themselves, they want to come up automatically. They don't want to get involved in the playoffs, because last year they were very poor in the final, and Southampton deserved to beat them.
David, thanks very much indeed.
David, can I get you, just before you go, mate, I need to let you know, I had a game of golf with Big Roy over in Dubai last week, and he hasn't lost his touch. He booted me all the way around the course, mate. Ali, I was speaking to him last week. Obviously, you'd have paid for the golf as well, not him, Ali, in that way. For sure, mate. He was in great form, though.
Because he's texted me to say he's coming back soon. We'll have lunch. So I thought I better bring the credit cards with me for that one as well, Ali.
Good stuff.
Brilliant, mate.
David, great to talk to you.
And Ali, you're always welcome where I am. So it's a pleasure.
Thanks a lot, pal.
Yes.
Take care, mate. All the best.
Text in from Adam. Slot inherited 4 genuine world-class players, some great youngsters, plenty of other quality players. Their squad is better than Arsenal's, that's the fact. But Arsenal aren't exactly in crisis, second in the league, and last 16 of the Champions League. Fans need to get a grip.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.